Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Samantha. I like sewing garments and quilts. If that's your thing, make sure you like and subscribe to see more of my beautiful face. Today we are talking about what I've sewn over the last couple of months. So a bit of June, most of July, and a tiny little bit of August. Like today is the 9th. But I haven't sewn anything for the last few days, so you're just going to see what, like maybe the 2nd and the 3rd of August. Which was my birthday, by the way. Happy birthday to me. Right, let's get started. I'm going to start off with my quilt. And here it is. So I started work on this quilt in January. That was mainly my design stage. So January I was designing it, colouring in different bits, looking at the fabrics I wanted, ordering the fabrics I wanted, and drum roll, it is almost complete. I'm going to say it is, all of it's done except a bit of quilting, 3/4 of the quilting and the binding. So here it is. I'm just going to show you the top bit, which is half quilted. So here we go, look. So this is the Fresh as a Daisy quilt pattern by Pen and Paper Patterns. I just love the design. So there is 25 blocks of flowers in this. They're all pieced together and there's about 1,000 pieces of fabric in total. It's so much work, but I've just been dipping in and out for months. And then over the last several weeks, I think, maybe the last 3 or 4 weeks, it's finally started to come together. So all my blocks were finished, so I could start sewing all my blocks together. And yes, as soon as it was all all the top was done, I've got it basted onto the back. This is my backing fabric. This is a Ruby Star wide back fabric, and it's like a cotton sateen, so it's super soft and snuggly. And I've got it all pin basted. Half of it's not pin basted anymore because I've got quilting in it, but look how beautiful it is. Next stage is, once I've finished quilting it, trim around my edges and get my binding on. I'm using this colour for my binding because that's what I have. Out of all of these fabrics, this is the one that I have enough of. I was thinking of doing like a rainbow with all of these colours, but I just don't have enough, and it's just going to be easy if I do all the pink. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just so excited to get cuddled up with it and on my sofa with a film and a big tub of ice cream. It's gonna be so good. And obviously with some me-made pyjamas on as well. Speaking of pyjamas, ta-da! So I don't have these to show you in person because they're in the washing machine and they're soaking wet. But these are my Muma and Broad Spinny Flex pyjamas. I'll show you the line drawing as well. And show you mine again. So these, I have made a couple of changes. I've shortened the sleeves and removed the cuffs and put a ruffle on the bottoms and the cuffs just to make them extra Sam-like. How delicious are they? I'm so excited. I have like a thing with these where I put them on as soon as they come out the wash, and then they end up back in the washing basket for a few days and are washed, and once they dry I wear them again. I definitely need more pyjamas. I keep saying this every time I film a video. So I've got 2 more pairs of pyjamas planned. One which is a, on my last video, which was my fabric haul, which was a tie-dyed Merchant & Mills fabric, a really light soft cotton, and then the other one in that rooted fabric from my plans video that you might have seen a couple of months ago. They've been cut out for weeks and I haven't sewn them. I'm gonna get them sewn soon. I promise, because they're gonna be amazing, so comfortable to wear. And these ones, I just wear them all the time. I wear them so much. I obviously spend a lot of time in pyjamas as well, but these, I feel like I can wear them during the day and still look a bit glam in them. So even when I'm not very well. So definitely need more pyjamas. Let me put this to one side because I'm warm. Oh. Okay, the other things I made, I was going to do this in like some kind of chronological order from the beginning of June to now, but I don't know what happened where. So I'm just showing you them offhand in all sorts of random order. So the next thing I've made during July, this was the very end of July, just the beginning of August, is this. This is a Tilly and the Buttons sky dress. I shall show it to you here. This is the line drawing, and this is this version with me wearing it. So this is a Narinda Henson midweight cotton with a Lisa Cogden, I hope I'm saying these words right, design. And then I've used around the neckline this really cute little planet spire minding from Specky Seamstress. There's a thread here. I love this dress, but it was such a nightmare to make. I was so careful making it all the way around because this is a printed cotton, white, black on white. It's really easy to get thread pulls, and then you get like white lines. And I got all the way around the make, didn't make anything. Then when I was hemming it at the very end, my thread ran out. I changed my thread. I must have knocked my needle and caused a burr. And then I went to sew the last 4 inches of the hem and got all these little lines in it. I'll show you a picture. So I ended up going on Instagram being like, help me. And it turns out someone said, you know what you need a fabric marker. So I've coloured in the white lines with a fabric marker, and you can no longer see it. It's invisible. Nobody's ever going to notice unless you come, and it's at the back as well. Unless you come inspecting my hem, no, you're never going to know that that's there. And I really don't think anybody should be inspecting the back of my hem. Unless you're a seamstress of some sort, or I don't know. There's only maybe 2 or 3 people in the whole of the world that should ever be inspecting the back of my hem. So hopefully I'll never bump into them. But yes, this dress, I have cut out a Liberty one of these as well. Which is a softer fabric, and it's a bit more sheer, so I'm not doing pockets. I might do a sew along for it though. Let me know in the comments if you want to see it. The next thing is this, what I'm wearing. So I had a bit of a weird start to June, and the thing that I was sewing was like a really long involved project, and what I like to do sometimes when I'm doing that is break it up with tiny little projects in the middle that are a little bit easier to make. So this is what I sewed, and this is a by Hand London Lauren top. Lauren? I think it's Lauren, like Sophia Loren. I think so. I think that's what it says the inspiration is. So we're gonna say it's a Lauren, and it's really comfortable. I've made this in like a midweight cotton again, and this is this like cute little daisy print from Sew Me Sunshine, and it's got like a gathered neckline and then these longer sleeves. The sleeve cuffs have a couple of options. One is like a fold under with a channel for elastic, and the other one is shearing. So I've just done the fold under with the elastic because I hate shearing. I just don't want it to muck up my machine, so I refuse to do it. But yes, I've made it in this cotton, and I've also made it in this gingham as well. Let me tell you, well, we've had extra hot weather. I say extra hot weather, like 24 degrees in the UK. I just can't cope with it. But this has been a lifesaver because none of it really touches your skin, and it's this really cool seersucker from Stoff and Still, and it's just so light and breezy to wear. So comfortable. I also, because it's me, added a ruffle to the hem. This is inside out. I added a ruffle to the hem just for that extra little Samifying. I pattern matched it all, and it's just absolutely beautiful to wear. Highly recommend this one if you're looking for a nice easy summer pattern as well. It's a beautiful easy sew. If you're a beginner as well, definitely have a look at this pattern. There's no like fiddly things to do on it, and it's a nice quick easy sew too. I said I was involved in this bigger sewing project during June, and it was May, a bit of April, May and June, a little bit of June, and it was this jacket. This is the back of it, the right side on the back. So this is the, I think it's Pauline Alice Patterns Ayora jacket. I think that's how you say it. And I have done the outside in linen and then made all of these paper paste, foundation paper paste daisies, and they go across the front. I'm not showing you this very well, hang on. They go across the front pocket, and then across the lower back. Can you see? And they're in like a Liberty with a little yellow centre, and then they've got the Liberty binding around the cuffs and around the outsides and the top of the pocket, and then it's all quilted with this 5/8 of an inch quilt grid. It took me forever, and I should have just done something bigger. I was like, why have I done this so small? I could have just done a bigger quilt, but it makes the jacket. And then the inside, I've made this reversible so you can wear it inside out. The inside is dreamy. Right, this is it inside out. So I've done patchwork Liberty with this Liberty sleeve, which is a solid Liberty, and then again you've got the bias around the outside in Liberty, and the tops I've bound them and then stitched them down so they don't pop up. So it's really, when you're wearing it inside out, it doesn't look like you're wearing it inside out. But oh, I just love it so much. Let me show you the back as well. That's all pieced worked with all these different Liberty prints. Oh, it's so dreamy, and it goes with absolutely everything in my wardrobe. I just love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. There is also a dress that goes with this. So I sewed this up as well. This is a Tamsin dress by Hand London, and me wearing it. I know a lot of people have mentioned when I show patterns to show the line drawing, so I will try and do that more often. But yes, this is the Tamsin dress. And this is in the 2 Liberty prints that are on my dress. This one as well, I made a March dress with flowers down the centre panel that are piece worked. So there's that. That matches my jacket as well, like identical, and then this. And it's just 2 Liberty prints with a ruffle around the hem in the pink, and then you've got the neckline in the pink with the sleeves in the pink, and then the green Liberty around the cuffs. I love wearing this so much. I just feel like a bit of an angel when I'm wearing it, like floating about, all floral. Oh. So the next thing I think I made this the beginning of July. And this is the happiest dress I have ever made. Look at this. So this is the Peppermint Magazine. It's a top pattern. I think it's the Paddington top. And I have hacked it to my specifications and into a dress. So it's a normally it's a top pattern. And I have shortened the bodice and added a gathered skirt. And I've also moved the button, it has a button placket down the back on the original pattern, and I've moved it to the front just for accessibility. I'm not very bendy, and undoing buttons down my back is so hard. So I've moved them to the front. And also, I like to nap a lot, so having buttons down the back of your dress when you're trying to nap is so uncomfortable. So yes, this is what I made it in. This is a spoon flower cotton lawn that Peppermint Magazine sent to me, and it's these daisies with little smiley faces, look. Oh, it's so cute. And I put daisy buttons down the front. When I'm wearing it, I feel like a really cool, hip nursery school teacher. But it's like from a distance, you can't really see the smiley faces but till you get really close to me. And then they're like, ah, it makes people smile when they see it. And when it makes me smile when they see it. So yes, I love this. Also, I've never used Spoonflower before because I've always been a bit, ooh, what fabric do I order? And this is the cotton lawn, like I said, that I ordered. It's so beautiful to wear, so light, so comfortable. And it just does, it creases, but not in a horrible way. So it's not like you've been, you know, sometimes when you've been wearing cottons all day and you get to the end of the day and it just look like a bag of creased mess. You just don't look like that with this. It's like quite a crisp cotton, so you're not, so the creases seem to pop out quite easily when you've been wearing it. So, highly recommend that. My next 3 makes are all the same pattern. Sometimes I make a pattern, I'm like, this was so nice to make, and then I make it repeated. So, let me show you the top version first, because this is identical to how the pattern comes. This is the, I'm going to call it the Athena top. I'll link it below anyway. This is the Athena top by Anna Allen Patterns, and it's this beautiful button down style with a big loose blouse with big puffy sleeves. They come in different lengths. I've done the longer version on this top, and I've used these little daisy buttons from Ethel and Joan that they sent me, and I've done it in a Ruby Star cotton from their Weft and Weave collection. I just love wearing this. It's so comfortable to wear. The sleeves are really nicely done and they're finished with bias binding rather than just a normal binding that isn't cut on the bias, so they have a little bit of give in them so they don't restrict your arms, which I love. And then it's just a bias finish around the neckline and then a fold under placket. So I really like this. I think this is a really lovely make for someone that's a confident beginner and knows how to do bias. I love sewing bias, so I always get a nice neat finish on it, which is, if you can see there, it's I'm confident in sewing it. I know though it can be tricky, but yes, if you're confident with bias, then I recommend this one. And then I've made 2 more versions of it. I don't know. I just love wearing it, so I've made dress versions. So this is a lilac linen. I'll show you a bigger photo of me wearing it. This is the lilac linen version with some little lilac buttons, and then I've just shortened the bodice and added a gathered skirt. This version, which is so gorgeous, I just want to wear this all the time, and this is a gingham pink version, and this is a Merchant & Mills gingham. Oh, it's just so dreamy to wear. It feels so cool, so comfortable, and it doesn't crease in that horrible way linen sometimes does because it's so soft. And it's again with the nice gathered sleeves. I think on this version I actually put the shorter sleeve. So there's 2 sleeves options, a long one which is more like just past the elbow, then a shorter one which is just above the elbow, and this has got the shorter length, and then some little glass vintage buttons on it. Oh, I just want to swish around in it all day long. So that's all my makes over the last couple of months. It's a lot of dresses, a top, a couple of tops, but a lot of dresses. I do wear dresses so much in the winter, in the summer, spring and summer though. So I've been wearing these all a lot. So I'm happy that everything I've made is great. There isn't anything in there that I would be like, I need to make all these changes to it. I'm happy with all of them. So yes, thank you for joining me. I'm going to be back soon with some sewing tutorials, so make sure you like and subscribe to receive those. Thanks for tuning in and watching all of my makes.